Leadership is not about a title or a designation. It's about the impact, influence, and inspiration. Dr. Subramania Iyer, Professor and Chairman, Plastic and Reconstructive Surgery, Head and Neck Surgery and Oncology, Craniofacial Surgery at Amrita Institute of Medical Sciences, is a perfect example of this quote. His efforts not just built a team, but a great department that defines the institution as well. His trailblazing work has impacted the lives of many patients, and by influencing and inspiring his students, he has made his impact felt many folds through the institutions his students build and the work they do. Dr. Iyer led the team which did the first and second hand transplant in Southeast Asia. We are honored to have you with us, sir. I request you to give us the chief guest address.
Very much, and my humble pranams to all my seniors here, and it was a great pleasure to meet today old friends after a gap of 1.5 years. Mohan, even Jayakumar, and both Rajas, Raipa, Shivaram. This is a great day, to be with you all. And one great feeling you have is that when you start as we are mentioning, the Raja was saying about the legacy you leave. You would have made money, you would have made fame, but the greatest legacy a teacher or mentor have is when you find somebody excelling in what you have taught. And I always believe that what you have taught gets multiplied in the mentee much more, because they are more advanced. They are in the current scenario, they are able to assimilate more than even the mentor. So I would say this is one day where that has been coming to that is coming to truth, that Vidyadharan has done so well. I still remember the day when he came first, and then he was first of all, what struck was this humility and politeness. I wouldn't say I have had any trainee so far as humble and polite than Vidyadharan, because that is the first thing you have to succeed, because that thing gives you power to attract love and affection from everybody. And as Rajashekharan said, that love and affection can be in the form of a teacher or a well-wisher or thing that guides you forwards much better than your aggressive way of acquiring things or those things. So Vidya has been a prime example of that. And then he used to come with a list sometimes. We have session, they are free to come to my room, and then he will find his time when I am not busy and come with a big list of things. And then he had a lot of ideas. He wanted to be a good head and neck surgeon. That's just a great thing. And then but finally it ends up when we all talk, and then we talk to him, and then finally the dream was this thing, what is happening today. From the start it has been that he has to accumulate all the expertise he can, and then finally get everything. And he was open for training, going here and there. You tell the place, he will go and get trained. And finally he wanted to come back and do this, but with the aim, what Rajashekharan said, is to deliver good quality care in unmet areas. And that is what attracted me to his sort of way of training himself, equipping himself. As a mentor, you can just mold them to some extent, but it's for the mentee to acquire the right way they have to in their future life, which he did so well. Then he transformed himself from that big thing of head and neck, all those things. He has an all-round excellent training in everything, including robotic surgery. But he got that niche areas where there is unmet needs, that is a correct word, where the rehabilitation is not. See, I am there, Raipa is there, Shivaram is there, Kannan is there, all good head and neck surgeons and anything, but things which we forget is the other part of the head and neck cancer care or head and neck care is the rehabilitation and the looking at the other needs of the patient, which he took as a mission. And then luckily we had that training facility for that, and he said that I assigned him to the Solving Clinic. I don't think he himself offered himself, or I was looking for somebody to be so dedicated to take up that work, and then which he did well. So there looks at the, if you look at the journey of a mentee, you feel so happy when you have that, you suddenly realize what you want, how do you want to acquire. And I'm so happy that Vidya, you have done so well, and you have found that right way of doing it. And then this dream which you had, I think this is a beautiful place, and with all the goodwill and all the effort you are putting in. The other thing, he has become a much more mature person. You look at the first patient he did here, he was describing to me that, see, there's a very complicated surgery, which he didn't say no. Many people would have said no, because it's the first case, you don't want anything to go wrong and bring up. But that was a patient who deserved care, which he gave along with the help of Shivaram, and in the right way. And 5 days he was sleeping here to look after the patient. So this is the thing which Rajasabhabi said, to be a good doctor, which he is. So with all the good wishes and everything, I'm sure, Vidya, you will do extremely well. It's two pleasant things happened to me 2 days. Yesterday was our MCH exam, and one of our first trainees, he's a professor in TMH, came as an examiner for the MCH, which was a great pleasure for me. Same way, today Vidyadharan is opening up a new, I would say, center, which would be I would wish that this should become the focus of rehabilitation type of movement in this part of the country. So all the best, Vidya. Right.
Many ideas grow better when transplanted into another mind than the one where they sprung up. Dr. Subramania Iyer's success is not just in heading a successful transplant team, but transplanting his ideas and dreams into us. Thank you, sir.